There's no doubt growing up on a farm or ranch tends to result in a special kind of training, a commitment to hard work, and an understanding of how to care for the land. Stewardship is a shared responsibility for many ranching families, and those lessons are passed on from one generation to the next. This week, we conclude our series highlighting the 2014 regional winners of the Environmental Stewardship Award. Our final stop is Rock Hills Ranch in South Dakota.
In north-central South Dakota, Rock Hills Ranch is a commercial Angus operation that was started by Lyle and Garnet Perman in 1977 after they graduated from college.
I'm the fourth generation of our family to ranch in this immediate area. 4 sets of great-grandparents homesteaded within 30 minutes of where we are today.
These days, it's Lyle's son who makes the day-to-day decisions on the ranch. Lyle and Garnet lease the entire operation to Luke and his wife Naomi. This unique arrangement allows Luke to gain valuable management experience while still having the benefit of Lyle's advice.
One of the things we did not want for Luke was for him to be 50 years old and Dad's still making the decisions, and suddenly Dad's gone and he's never made a hard choice in his life. And so we made the choice to lease the land to him and allow him to make the decisions with plenty of input from Dad.
One nice thing is Dad has been here for 35 years, so he knows the land and knows what to expect from it at different times. So his experience is really valuable.
You know, it was my goal to bring him into the business, and there was a time about 10 years ago where that was in question. He was, his National Guard unit was activated, and he spent time in Iraq and got injured. My goal was to teach him and to turn it over to him. And I can tell you right now that I can leave for a day, a week, a month, or a year. And I know Luke can run the operation and not have a problem.
Rock Hills Ranch is only 15 miles from the Missouri River, so water management is a priority. The ranch annually receives around 17 inches of rain, and keeping that moisture on the property is a primary goal. The Permans realized that improving their grass would also improve their water holding capacity, so they developed a rotational grazing system that would increase how much water soaks into the soil.
Ground cover helps us to hold the water and allow it to infiltrate on our property. We want to leave a lot of ground cover. I want every place that I walk on our ranch, I want to be able to look down and see ground cover. If I can't see ground cover, that's a problem. For us, the grass is the crop we're producing. The cattle are just a machine to harvest it. Like a farmer harvests corn, we harvest grass.
Primary driver of profit is how many cows can I have out here? And that all goes back to how I'm managing the grass. Because of cross fencing and maybe some different management practices, we've been able to increase our stocking rates on some of the ground.
The Permans understand a healthy wildlife population also reflects a healthy ecosystem, so they take time to consider how their conservation efforts will impact the native species.
There's a lot of ground nesting birds that we found are critical to healthy habitat. So a lot of times we'll use those key species as indicators of range health. We get joy out of seeing that kind of diversity. Plant diversity, animal diversity, bird diversity. What role do cattle play in that? Well, without cattle, you won't have any of that.
The entire Perman family is passionate about sharing their stewardship story. Garnet writes an online blog and a column for the local newspaper. And Rock Hills Ranch hosts several tours a year, which allow the public to see their conservation efforts firsthand.
Lyle and Garnet's Ranch is an open door. There's people coming and going all the time, and you never see them light up more than when they can share the land and the animals with people. And you don't hear them complaining when somebody wants to come out and see the ranch.
Hospitality is something that is important to both of us. We just feel like it's a good way to connect with people. One of the ways we give back is by letting people come experience what we have here, because God's been really good to us, and it's important to share that.
The future for Rock Hills Ranch looks bright, and the sustainable practices the Permans are using not only make the land healthier and more efficient, but strengthen it for generations to come.
Not everything we do is going to make us the most money right now, but in the long run, it's what's best for the cows and the land and future generations to be able to stay here.
Lyle always says, in the end, nature always wins, and so you kind of have to learn to work with it no matter what anyway. Hopefully there'll be some new things that come along that will help them establish, even a better resource than what we have.
I don't think that we've got everything figured out. There's still a lot of things we have yet to learn, and there's a lot of things that I've seen other people do that I've thought, I wonder if we could do that, maybe we can.
Are there things that we can improve on? Absolutely. We're always learning. It's just a never-ending process. Our goal is not to sustain what we've got. Our goal is to regenerate what there was at one time on this ranch. So we're not content with what we've got. We're always looking for ways to improve it and to restore what at one time was here.
Don't forget, if you'd like to learn more about the Environmental Stewardship Award, including how to apply or nominate a friend or neighbor, just visit the website environmentalstewardship.org.